All right, we've got a new lift pump, and we are taking the fittings off the old one here. You can see the problem if I didn't already show you in the last video. The thing was just, it gave way, it broke. No big deal. Luckily, I was able to get another one today, and I ordered 2 more for extras since 3 of the machines we have run this same pump. So what we're doing now is just putting these fittings in the vise, and the old fittings, so we can get what we need off there and put on the new pump, which isn't really that big of a deal or time consuming, but it gosh darn it. You know, it's nice having a work truck like this. You know, there's certain things on my truck people ask me about quite a bit. I've had several people want me to shoot a video about my truck and what I keep on it. Well, this big vise is one of the handiest things I have on my truck. Just for things like this, you can put things down in this vise. Simple tool, get them on, off. It sure makes things nice, and of course I keep all my tools in boxes. That way I can lock them up. But it makes working on things a lot easier. Just makes life a lot simpler in general when you've got everything you need at work. So we're gonna get this thing, all the fittings put on here, get it bolted back up on the skidder, and we're gonna fire it up, make sure everything's right, and probably cut a few more trees just to try to make things go faster. I feel bad I've lost time today. I was hoping on being done with this job before I am now. But that's part of logging. There's always breakdowns. We're pretty fortunate we don't have too many breakdowns because we try to keep the equipment in really good shape and try to, when something needs attention, we try to get to it. We don't like to let it go. So we're fortunate enough we don't have a lot of breakdowns. Now, knock on wood, because I might fire this skidder up and rods might go out each side of the block. And I always feel like I'm very reluctant to say, like, well, I'm going to finish the job today or set a date completion time, because I always feel like that's jinxing myself. It seems like whenever I tell a buyer or have a completion date and I say it out loud to somebody, something always goes wrong to where I don't make that date. It's 78 degrees outside today. It is terribly, terribly nice for February. It's really too nice to be working, but if I wasn't in the timber, I don't know what else I'd be doing. So that's how I'm spending my Saturdays, wrenching on this thing. But let's see if we can get this thing put back together and drag a few logs, cut a few more, and I hope we can get this thing wrapped up tomorrow. That is the goal. So back to that. Well, it's back and running. My mechanicking skills have come through for me again. I have the mechanicking skills of like a 8-year-old, and that's an 8-year-old that doesn't know how to use tools. I'm not a mechanic. I hate mechanicking. I do it, but I don't like it. I'm not very good at it. When it comes to like a mechanical knowledge of putting things back together, usually I can take things apart real good, but it's getting them to go back together, that's the part I have trouble with. After about the second try, I got it on there. I didn't have a fuel line very secure the first time, and I seen it was dripping a little bit, so I took it off and put it back on, tightened everything down. So we're back up and running. I'm gonna move the truck here so I can get out of the way. Now, I would like to mention in this video, there's a certain national auto parts company who, let's just say for video's sake, their name is O'Malley's Auto Supply. When you walk into their stores, it never fails if I need parts for a machine or whatever. You walk in there And you can basically tell them everything they need to know to find a part. Like these little lift pumps, these things are so common, so common for so many John Deere engines. It's not like it was just on these little 4276 Deere skidder engines. They put them on all kinds of things. But if you walk into O'Malley's, the first thing they want to do is look at a computer. And they can't ever find anything, so then they'll call headquarters. And then nobody there knows anything. And you can tell them like, hey, this come off a Deere, you know, 4276. I think it was the same pump that's on a 4020, on a 4010. It's interchangeable with a lot of John Deere engines. Now they can't find it. So I drive 23 miles to the next town, who has a pretty good local auto parts store, and I walk right in there, show them, they're like, oh yeah, we got one in the back. Just like that, $53 out the door. And I told them, I said, go ahead and order me 2 of those if you would. I said, they'll be here Tuesday. I said, I'll be over there to pick them up. I'll pick them up, I'm gonna put them on this truck and leave them here. But that's pretty bad. You go to like, you go to these big chain stores and they use their computers and they can't find anything, and nobody in there knows anything about auto parts. They really don't. Not that I do, because I'm a logger. I don't know anything about auto parts. But you can go to these little small town stores and farm communities and show them what you got, and these guys don't have a computer. They've got a book about 12 inches thick, and they can cross-reference things like, oh yeah, right here's what you need. And it's a lot cheaper, and it's right the first time, and they've got it in stock. Amazing. Okay, that's my little rant and vent, but yeah, O'Malley's Auto Parts. Okay guys, I'm gonna get to work and get to dragging some logs now that I've spent all my hard-earned money for the week on a fuel pump. Probably have to eat ramen noodles tonight. No money to eat me a cheeseburger. So guys, let's go drag some logs. How about it? Well, we got the skidder back up and running. Now, I put that new fuel pump on there, and this is why I always say I'm not a mechanic, because I'm not. It's no secret. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a mechanic. My mechanicking skills are minimal and slim to none, but after I put that new pump on there, I grabbed a log that was cut, headed out here towards the deck, and made it maybe 350 yards, and the skidder died again, like it was choked out on fuel. So I jumped off, and I mean, you know, that manual pump, it was pumping, but then it dawned on me. I took the line off that goes from the tank to the pump, and I tried to blow back through it, and I couldn't blow anything back through it. So that dawned on me there's probably junk in the line and junk in the tank. So I fired up the compressor on the back of my truck, and I let it build up a little bit, and that thing will build up to like 175 psi. I didn't let it build that high, but it was pretty high, and I just shot a couple bursts of air back through there, and I had the lid off so I could hear things, and I could hear those bubbles come through, and after that I could blow through it. So the pump on there wasn't in very good shape anyway, but it was best to put a new one on there. But I believe the trouble the whole time was just some trash in the line. So now when I get home, we get done with this job, my main mission is going to be to drain that tank, drain the sump, try to get all the trash and debris out of it. Man, guys, there's nothing worse than fighting fuel problems. You get to running good, and I mean, the thing will die, and just it's frustrating. I cuss. I could make a sailor feel ashamed of himself with as much cussing as I do when I have skidder problems. But we got it figured out, I think. So I cut a couple trees, got them down and out. So the only thing we got left to do would be tomorrow. We've got a couple trees down here in the bowl we've got to pull. That one big walnut, and there's a bigger white oak down there we want to get for sure. So tomorrow, that is all we've got left to do. So when we get up in the morning, we'll go have our coffee. A man's got to have his coffee, no doubt about it. and then we're going to come down here and wrap this job up. And I'm probably just going to bring the pintle hitch with me and take the skidder home as we go, because there's no need in making an extra trip with the truck. I've made enough trips down here. The job should have been done this morning easily. Yeah, that's the life of logging right there, no doubt about it. So we know what we got to do tomorrow. Get all this wrapped up and complete this job so we can get these logs sold. So we've got there's a lot of footage here. I don't even know what the footage count's going to be. I really don't. I'm thinking easily over 10,000 feet now. When I first bought this job, I didn't think it'd be that big. I really didn't. The landowner's surprised too. I just talked to him a bit ago. He's surprised. I'm surprised, which is good. A lot of guys are asking me about the firewood. Do we cut the tops up for firewood? What do you do with the tops? And to answer everyone's question, we do not. I don't cut firewood. I'm a logger. I want to cut logs. I'm so busy with timber, I don't have time to jump around and cut. Like, it would take forever to cut this up in firewood, and I don't have the time, nor is it worth my time. There's not enough money involved in it for me. Normally, the landowner, like this gentleman here, he wants all these tops for firewood himself. He's going to have wood for years. Him and his buddies are all going to have wood for years. But we never cut firewood. That's just something we don't do. I know a lot of you guys in the Northeast or up north that do cut firewood, because firewood's a little bigger business there. But guys, it's February 11th here, and it's almost 80 degrees. I'm not cutting firewood. I'm not doing it. I don't even burn wood. So that's just to answer that question. I guess that's it for today. It's gonna be a double video day. So I guess let's get back to stock and do all that. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the trailer up so it's ready in the morning. We'll be ready to tear down here and wrap this job up. So we'll do another quick run through the logs here, kind of see what we're working with on the post oak, bigger diameter stuff. A lot of this, like that log there, that's probably gonna go 26, 27 inch diameter there. That white oak's got a lot of mineral and stain in it, good post oak. White oak's rough, got a good color, a lot of stain and mineral in that white oak. It's got a big diameter though, that's what we're looking for. Pretty good color in that, got a little bit of stain in it. Post oak, post oak, post oak, post oak. And I had somebody ask me a question earlier today about what we do with the post oak. We've got a market for it. Like I said, all these bigger diameter oak, like this white oak, post oak, bur oak, chinkapin oak, the bigger diameter stuff, even if it's rough, we've got a good market for it. So that's why, like I said, I like cutting this bigger oak. It's here's a couple walnut. Now that's a pretty good log there. That's got some length to it there, and it's got a good size. That's a good clean 4-face log. Little 4-sided chipping log. Big white oak, got a little stain in it though. Walnut, white oak, walnut, walnut. Like I said, the stain and stuff, it's in the rough, it doesn't so much matter on these type of logs, because like I said, it's just kind of a little deal. We've got I don't know. I don't ever say too much about my markets or where I go with stuff. I try to keep all that stuff pretty confidential for a lot of reasons. But yeah, I don't normally cut a lot of post oak. If it's big stuff, I will, but normally I don't. So we're gonna get off here. That's it for today. So let's get down the road, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for subscribing to our channel or watching our channel. Be sure to subscribe if you already haven't. We like talking to everybody. I like the comments. I try to answer questions the best I can. So keep asking questions, and I'll keep trying to answer the best I can. We all know I'm not a mechanic now. That's a big secret. So, guys, we're gonna get off here. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.